And we've been seeing heart-aching images of the situation of animals following the Taal volcano eruption on Sunday. Now, how do we properly take care of animals, or for our pets for that matter, during natural disasters like this? To help us with all those questions, we are now joined by Veterinarian Dr. Alyanna Rodriguez. Good morning, Alyanna.
Hi,
Thank you so much for being here. A lot of people, you know, have been asking these questions. I too own a few pets myself. So first up, let's talk about the animals that were evacuated sa Taal.
Okay. So first things first, if the animals are covered with ash, the first thing to do is to brush off the ashes and not to wash them with water that fast, okay? So brushing will definitely remove most of the ashes before you wet it, all right? So second, if these animals are being evacuated, it's best if you put them in a silent place. If in an evacuation area, away from kids, from the noise, because it may cause them further stress and trauma. And if it's possible, animals in cages or carriers must be covered with cloth. So that will provide them more comfort and a safe place to stay.
Okay, so once again, when they found or they're still trying to rescue a lot of animals in the area, so wag mo nang basain.
Yes.
Okay, so kailangan,
So brush
because it gets hard. It gets stuck in their fur.
Yeah.
Right.
It may cause a further problem in the skin if you wet it. And
okay, so how about animals that have ingested some of the ash? I think in scenarios like that, it's quite impossible for them to have avoided ingesting the ash.
So in cases of ingestion, in the cases that you see gastric problems like vomiting and diarrhea, the best thing to do is bring them to the vet. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. If ever your pets are in Manila, and you're concerned about your pets may be licking the paws or the fur, the same thing, you brush them off and then wipe with cloth. And the case of irritation, just go to the vet. There's no other way but to flush it off.
Yung sa mata, if it gets in their eyes, I mean, that might be difficult even to clean your pet's eyes. So
the important thing is not to wash and then rub. You just wash it with water. And then if you see irritation like redness of the eye, tearing, you put an e-collar. It's just a thing like this to avoid further scratching and abrasions. And then you go to the vet will assess and will probably put eye medicines for it.
And in some areas or some instances, we can't really help it. We have to bring our pets outdoors.
Yes.
Because they need to do their business outdoors. What are the one things that we have to take into consideration when we do that?
Okay. First, we have to assess the weather, especially in big dogs. They are very prone to heat stroke. So when the heat is up and above, maybe bring water with them. And then most important thing, since here in the Philippines, the number of long coat dogs are increasing, like Shih Tzu, brush, and brush. Okay. So especially with the pollution in the metro, we need to brush.
Okay, so we have to take that into consideration. Or just always keep them clean. I guess that's the best thing. Keep them clean. And of course, when it comes to the animals that were rescued, you know, some instances we can't even bring them to evacuation centers due to their sizes, diba? So what are the one thing that they need to do? Where do we bring them?
I think the most important thing is to put collars in your pets, which contains identification. All right. So if you can't bring your pet with you in the evacuation center, some rescuers may do so. But the problem is, how will they be able to bring your pet back to you? So if microchipping is not available, you may put a dog tag in your pet, and then so they may be brought back to you. In cases of cats, during evacuation, it is important that you have carriers for each animal. If you have 3 dogs, you have 3 cats, you must have 3 carriers. So evacuation is possible and easy. In large dogs, leash should always be available. I guess that's it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So these are the things that we can actually prepare for.
Yes.
Because sometimes, I mean, what happened last Sunday, people were actually caught off guard. They had to evacuate and leave right away, and you know, leaving their pets or,
yes.
or their So okay, so one thing, keep them clean. If in case an eruption does happen again in the future, what are the one things that we as pet owners have to be aware of?
Identification first.
Identification.
And then, second, a medicine kit is necessary. Maybe you may need to prepare bandage scissors, bandage, extra food, because that's been the problem here, especially for the livestock.
And once again, if in case they do lick or ingest the ashes, do we give them more water to have them?
Yeah, it's good to give them water, and if it's possible, get them off of the area. Yeah, that's the most important thing. If in Manila, if people are asking, should I bring my pet to the vet if they have ingested the ash? First, assess how much ash does your dog was able to lick for proper history taking, and then signs of vomiting, diarrhea.
So once you see those signs, okay, you might as well rush them right. Well, thank you so much, Alyanna Rodriguez, Doc, for being with us this morning. I know a lot of people have questions regarding this.